that. We're good.
Long as you can talk.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. I've been smoking for too long.
Welcome back to MMA Underground, your favorite part of Tuesday. I'm one half the dynamic duo killing it, known as Buddy V, with the one and only
Sam K. And shit, man, we got a phenomenal guest in the building, all the way from Streetbeefs West Coast. We have the one, the only Dark in the building.
What up, folks? How's everybody doing tonight?
What up, man? Young Lavish, what up, brother? Hey, congrats on your win, man. Quick, swift victory. I seen it. That was beautiful.
Beautiful fight, Lavish. That was great, bro.
Mm-hmm.
heck yeah. I know I gotta go peep it. Dang, I'm a little behind. Dang it.
Yeah, it's in the group. It's in the Facebook group.
Yeah, I'll go check it then. But man, what a way to start off a Tuesday. Yeah, it's a fun night. I'm glad to have you, man. It was fun rewatching all your fights too, Dark.
Your brother, thank you.
And I was gonna say, man, I was impressed because your debut you had versus Samurai Sean. I mean, man, you really solidified. Like sometimes I talk about people putting their name, like stamping it in the sand over at the Hot Box or any of the West Coast locations, and I feel like you stamped your name in the sand. I mean, I was gonna ask, were you a little nervous going into that fight at all? Because I mean, for the most part, you looked good, but I saw like one or two little wider punches when you got into it.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna front with you. Like any time somebody steps into the ring, if they say they're not nervous, they're lying through their teeth. Like some of the greatest, every single time they say that they're gonna be nervous. So I gotta say, first off, shout out to Samurai Sean. He's always, except for one occasion that I've seen in the Street Beefs, he's fighting up in weight. So throwing it
Yeah.
out there, like when he's in his own weight division, his defense is impeccable. Shout out Samurai Sean. But yeah, of course, bro. I was nervous, but first off, I only had maybe 14, 16 days before my first actual debut with professional boxing. Shout out my coach, Baldy. Like he's told me, and I can physically see it, how much further I've been able to develop from A and B. But yeah, with only that much fight experience, I try to overanalyze everybody's fights. I was hella nervous, bro. Like I was worried about it. I wanted two fights in that day. I actually wanted to fight Scar that day as well.
And it's funny you say that because it wasn't too long after that you did end up having that fight with Scar. You want to talk about that fight because that fight recently dropped.
Yeah, so um the I guess I can't really speak too much on that fight without at least mentioning my bout with Deploy, because as banger of that or bangerous as that fight was, I was pretty disappointed with my performance. You know, like that whole entire month leading up to that, there's a lot that I kind of was working on and I didn't execute. You can train all day, you can work hard at something, but if you don't actually execute when it comes when it comes, time, excuse me, you're really just you're not doing anything. So after my 3 rounds with Deploy, I went back to the car, cooled down, smoked, of course, a little bit, kind of analyzed where I was, and could hear my coach in my head telling me, like, you're reaching too much. You're not stepping into your punches, and you're not using your head movement enough. So going into that fight with Scar, I definitely implemented a lot more of those tactics, and I feel like if I didn't do so, I wouldn't have ended up on top of that in that bout. There was, a 8-second count in the beginning, but anybody can get hit with a lucky shot and their eyes roll back, and it is what it is. So, shout out Scar, great performance. I fucking love you, brother. It was a good ass fight.
It's a fun fight to watch. I will say the one thing I did like though was I remember he like threw like a body shot, but he stayed down for a second. I remember I saw your hook come so clean, and mid punch was like, if that connects, and Scar stayed down for a moment, and I just saw you go right over the top, like his hair moved out of place. I was just like, oh.
You know, it was it was great, man. I overanalyzed, of course, and I watched that fight at like 0.25 speed, point 0.5 speed or whatever, and it was fucking awesome to watch that. It was a good match, man. We both kind of picked it up and threw hands, man. It was a good ass fight.
Yeah, you mentioned the fight earlier that day with Deploy, and for those who didn't know, you fought twice that day. You fought Deploy earlier, and then later took on the match with Scar. And you know, a lot of fighters don't do that. A lot of fighters don't do multiple fights in one day, and it just shows, you know, your grit and you know the want to get that dub. And also, it shows the adjustments between the two fights because you could definitely see a different game plan going into that Scar fight. Did you feel confident, or did you have any doubts or worries taking on a second fight after such an explosive first fight?
I mean, for those who actually seen the fight before it went on YouTube, I believe we both threw up after our fight with Deploy. If not, we were both gagging pretty hard,
Mm,
and you know, it was exhausting, man. Like I'm tired. I come from northern Arizona where it gets hot, but you know, most of the time I stay in a little bit colder of a climate, so it's harder for me to kind of acclimate for that consistent heat. So yeah, man, I was exhausted when I went out, and it was a good fight, man. Like we had a good fight with Deploy as well, and I'm very proud of my brother for coming out on top. You know, am I disappointed with my own performance? Sure. But I'm very proud of homie, and I want to get another rematch with him. But after that, you know, throwing up and kind of resetting, uh, it was kind of it was good for me. As soon as I was able to go back out and smoke a little bit and rehydrate and talk to my wife and kind of talk to myself and uh, I know it sounds corny to a lot of people, but talk to God and come back into the ring. Nah, I was confident.
nice.
I really like that fight with Deploy because it showed, you know, sometimes we see fighters that get a win and they come out and they get hit a few times and they can't take it. And that fight, I feel like really showed people you can take a punch while giving a punch. I mean, there was ones where I saw you get hit and your head cracked and you turn around and return it right back. And I'm like, holy shit, tit for tat. And that's what I was like. I actually way back, I had you as a fighter to watch. So I don't know if you ever saw that, but I just wanted to say, man, you were a
Yeah.
fighter to watch. That fight, I really was impressed. That was a phenomenal fight between you two. And yeah, I'm excited to see a few more. And I was, yeah, it's crazy to hear that you took that on and you do have that grit, like Samke said. And I'm curious because one thing we talk about sometimes with fighters, and it's very hit or miss, is bare knuckle. And with you being a gritty fighter, having two fights in a day and showing that you could take a punch while giving a punch, is that something that you would ever consider in the future? Should your skills continue to grow and progress, or do you think you'd keep it with just gloves?
Fuck yeah.
Just keep it with gloves.
That's his answer.
No. Nah. Fuck yeah, let's get it barehanded. Like I mean
Where's Ryan when you need him?
excuse
uh,
me for the language if I'm not, you know,
oh no,
loud.
no, you're good, brother. You're good.
So I mean, I trained to be deadly with my hands. So um you're in the streets, bro. You're not gonna have time to put on no boxing gloves. But that being said, somebody under your weight class can still click you and you go down. It's just timing, chin, whatever factors are involved. So, but I just love this shit. I love to scrap. It's good for my brain. It's good for my mental health.
People don't realize it when you're in a cage and you're really you versus you in there. It's like it's a whole nother different.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you missed it. You missed opportunistic moment, Ryan. Dark, I wanted to ask, man. We ask most fighters who come on the show, where or how did they get their fight name?
So my late homie, me and him came up with my gamer tag together. It's Dark Null 419, and
Well, what you playing on? Hold on, for the people who.
it's this was originally on Xbox. If you want to catch me on PlayStation, it's Lord Dark Null. I'll get you on a spelling if you need. It's Darknal, but it's on Xbox. It's Darknal 419. On PlayStation, it's just Lord Darknall. So my late homie and I came up with the gamer tags together probably in like middle school, and I don't know, just old Destiny days and running raids and shit. Just people started calling me Dark, and then from there it just kind of stuck. Just kind of stayed with me.
Nice. It's fitting, man. You know, it's fitting, and definitely it helps with the performance. You know, it kind of fits the performance and whatnot.
Thank you, brother.
Mhm.
You said it was back in middle school. How old are you right now?
I'm 25. I turned 26 uh here soon.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, plenty life in the game. That's what I'm talking about. We're seeing people at 45 still getting some pro fights in and knocking out people.
Definitely wish I would have started doing boxing a little bit younger, but um, I'm happy with where it's at. I can still climb from here.
Absolutely,
And
man.
This is how you make sure that you maintain like I don't know I don't know if you guys experience this, but like 40 isn't scary to me anymore. 40 sounds like that's when you get your old man strength. That's when you get cool. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when you get to be like Joel or Kratos. 30 sounds fucking terrifying because like if you're not running, lifting, staying fit, by the time you turn 30, you're just gonna be like a weird dad age. So you just gotta be cut.
We're all in our 30s on this show. Thank you. Thank you.
I, if I don't run, I feel it, man. That's for real. If I run, and I feel good, like like we say, cardio is key.
Yeah. Yep.
Man, I definitely I can feel it. I will say the difference between 20s and 30s is I have to stretch a lot more before and actually like warm up. I know in my 20s I can kind of just go, and then I'll be fine. Whereas now I could go, and like a couple minutes into it, I'm just gonna be like, oh nope, they didn't stretch out. Something got in my back. I gotta sit down for a minute. Fuck.
Yeah. I got a
And
question for you. Oh shit, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, I'll go ahead because I was gonna transition to another question from that. So let's go ahead.
Now I was gonna ask you, did you give yourself enough recovery time when you were a kid?
Ooh, no.
See, you really need it as you age, though, because when we're kids, we recover and regenerate quickly. So you're not really thinking about it, right? But as you age, once you hit that 30 mark, you're gonna notice, oh man, it's taking a little bit longer to make my comeback. You know what I mean? Recovery and it's key, and it takes longer as you age. You know, it's not as effective. You know.
Oh yeah. And it's crazy because one thing with age, I was gonna ask you is you really see a difference with diets, the way people eat, this and that. And as people get older, like, me and some K, we're a little more careful. We still do our thing. Whereas I know some fighters who are 45, 50, and they're like by the book, strict, no cheat days. And I know when I was younger, we hear a lot more often. It's just like other people, they can eat whatever and still perform at such a level. It doesn't matter really. I was gonna ask, do you diet or do you just kind of you're able to eat whatever? I mean,
So I've always been a super skinny kid. It's always been super hard for me to put on weight. So like if I'm not constantly eating, I won't even barely breach like 132. So I have to like dedicate my like when I'm getting ready to fight, if I need to up my weight, I seriously have to be eating like enough meat to make myself nauseous. Like I'll be eating protein powder. I'll be trying to eat whatever I can to just bulk up, and my metabolism will just shit it like out of my body, bro. Like I just can't hold on to weight very easily. So I just kind of eat what I want. Um, After my first fight with Samurai Sean, I immediately was smoking a black and mild. People were like, "What the fuck?" Same thing with Deploy. Like, I'm like, after my fight with Deploy, I needed to go smoke, have a have a lin, you know, have a joint with my wife and smoke a bit of a black and mild, bro. So it's probably not the healthiest for me, but I
No.
don't really diet and I smoke a lot. So, but I'll be running, I'll be running still and doing whatever I need to be doing. So it's like that meme where it's like me and you are not built the same. Like you go to the clubs and party and drink and smoke. I go to the gym, but I still party and drink and smoke. I just don't party. I'm a bit
Hey,
of a loser.
So with that,
hey,
right? Well, with that piece of information, in terms of fighting, what do you see yourself? How serious are you trying to take this, and how far are you trying to go, realistically?
So, um, I want to be as good as I absolutely can be for me, but it's more or less for me, bro. Like I've been in such a bad mental health space for how real can I get with you guys on this show? Like,
as real as you want, just as long as you don't say the C word.
hey, so my brother got into a car accident. Him and his wife passed away in early March of 2023. And
Sorry to hear that, man.
no, thank you, bro. And we lost their kids in a bullshit custody battle with people who didn't spend any time with them before the accident. So not only like losing my brother, but losing my sister-in-law and then like all of their kids just put me in like a wrong space, bro. So me and my brother grew up wrestling, and for some reason my wife, one day we were passing by the boxing gym that's here, super small town, no business being a boxing gym as good as there is here. And she was like, um you should go talk to the owners. So I went in and I got a membership and I started showing up. And there's nobody that's my weight class anywhere. I'm always the smallest everywhere. I always have to bulk up just to even fight on street beefs. You know what I mean? So, um, yeah, I didn't really have anybody to scrap with. Not that I was like gonna take their head off because I love my sparring partners. Like those are my home. They're my homies. Those men. Like I don't want to hurt you guys. So but they are 160, 170, 210. Case Joseph, I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm sorry I missed you today. uh and I'm used to getting swung on by people who are that much larger. So I joined Street Beefs because I wanted to fight people who were more in my range, because with no skill I had zero problems taking people out and that were my own size. So let's step in with people who I know are going to be better than me, and I know who are going to be more proficient, and I know are going to be better with their timing, and that's really the only way I'm going to get better. So I'm not in this for the sake of being number one. I mean, shit, if I can be, fuck yeah, I will be. But honestly, I did this because being at the boxing gym reminded me of being close with me and my brother at the wrestling gym when we were younger. That's the only, like, that grind. That's how I feel close with my family.
That's real,
I
man.
like that's a connection that truly is there. That spirit lives within you, and you know that when you dig deep, yeah, he's right there with you. Damn, that's beautiful to know.
He's right here, man. He's right here with me every day.
For sure. Yeah, man. Kind of what I was getting at was you know, what we do outside of the ring, what we do outside of the cage, uh, it plays a huge role on what we do inside the cage. You know what I'm saying? So you could be the guy who just jumps off the couch and showcases his natural talent, his grit, you know, his heart, or you could be training to your abilities. You could be eating cleanly, properly, resting the way you should, you know, giving yourself the extras so that when it's time to perform, you're going in with better fuel than what you would normally. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Like if I wasn't smoking black and milds, if I was eating properly, um, yeah, bro, I could get it. And I
Hmm.
bet you, I uh, I ate sloppy over this Thanksgiving and shit, but I feel like I haven't seen the fight, but Deploy's match in Nevada seemed to be better than his fight with me, at least seemingly. So I haven't seen it yet, but um,
It was competitive. I wouldn't say one was better than the other, but it was definitely competitive. Uh, yeah, yeah, it was a good fight.
me and homie have talked a couple of times about a rematch, and shit, I'm excited for it, and I want to be at my tip top shape. That way, I want to give my opponent the best fight that they deserve. I want to be at the best shape that I can be, and honestly, my headspace is I have to be the one to fix that. So if I'm gonna do whatever, I'm gonna do it 100%. So I'm just gonna wait until after Christmas. Let me be lazy for a little bit. Let me get a little fat.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah, yeah. Get the holiday food out, get it
yeah,
in, and then get it out.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Just just don't pull a Patty Pimblett.
no, no shit.
I'm like, damn, man, that can yeah, putting on like that much weight. Oh man, I feel bad for your arteries and your heart. That's working overtime. Whew.
Yeah, definitely. Trying to work all that off afterwards too. Looking like McGregor in that crazy pose where he's got his tongue out, all sucked up. Oh shit, bro.
That was yeah. He did not look healthy. And even now he's swole as hell. Doesn't look healthy. I noticed all those extra pimples on his back. No,
I'm not saying I'm not. It's all right.
just saying, no, I'm curious because you had brought up some wrestling and we're talking about different fighters and whatnot. Would there ever be a possibility of seeing you maybe test the waters in a little like more kickboxing or a little MMA since you have a background or
So I don't even like this is. I'm airing out a lot tonight, but my wife has some autoimmune deficiencies, so she's had some issues walking physically for about 3 years now. So it wasn't until very, very recently that she's been able to even like not be in a wheelchair. So she's been walking up and down the stairs a lot more proficiently recently. But mainly, if she gets tapped out, I have to physically carry her up and down the stairs. So I know just even taking shin shots at my gym, I fuck around and throw kicks on my homies and whatever, your legs get shot. So taking care of my family, 1000% the most top priority for me. But she has been getting better. We've gotten on treatments. So give me some time because I haven't been in a boxing gym before. I want to get good at boxing. But fuck
Yeah.
yeah, I'll throw down with some MMA. I'll kick the fuck out of somebody. I haven't shown it yet. I only want to show a little bit, but we'll get it. We'll get there.
heck yeah.
Hey,
And when some of those
Maury, let's
fighters
do it.
yeah. Well, like, yeah, you see when fighters come out, they're really good and proficient in one skill set. They can usually utilize everything else they have in their bag of tricks. And people are like, wait, hold on, what? You can do this too? Wait, I thought you only had hands. Like, psych. How's my foot taste? Bam.
Arguably better with my feet than my hands. As you've seen, a lot of wide punches. I forget my jab is a weapon sometimes, so that's where I'm working. I work the boxing, work the wrestling, Those are the two that Bruce Lee decided to set out. Say here, these two. If you did these two, you'd be more proficient than most other single martial arts.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. You mentioned the rematch with you and Deploy. Shout out Deploy. I see you.
Hey, right there.
Uh, do you guys know where you guys like to have the rematch at the Hot Box or the Smoke Ranch? Has that been discussed?
Man, I haven't been to the Smoke Ranch. Like I really, really wanted to get up to the Smoke Ranch at the January event, but I don't think I got picked. So
They're still doing picks, bro. It's not like it's over.
okay, okay. So maybe I'd chill. I'd be down to fight Deploy um like whenever. Low key, like I'm down to scrap. But I do want to kind of have a bit of a build up if there's
I need
possible.
to.
I want to try to fight some other fighters in my weight class. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd be willing to fight two people in one day again, especially because the smoke ranch isn't so fucking hot, bro. You know how hot it is in 115 punching somebody and then getting punched yourself? It's that much hot.
116.
Yeah, it's 116. So not fun, bro. But if there's a little bit more wind and we're not in someone's, uh, it's hot. So if I'm not so hot, I'd be willing to fight three times in a day, especially as big as the event is. If I can get enough rest time in between, I'm a wrestler, bro. You know how many times I've been exhausted, fucking tapped out, no food for the whole week, and then you go to an event and get your shit smashed by three, four, five people in a row. I'm used to this kind of shit. Let's get it.
Heck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Damn, I'm I'm curious because you said you fight and you have to sometimes you have to kind of bulk up for the fight. So do you rock around to like 125 or like
So after my I went to a trip in the very beginning of November and I was working out on my trip, but like not I wasn't doing dips. I wasn't doing short dips. I wasn't doing anything to try to stay bigger and I was eating burgers and shit, but like I said, my metabolism just advanced me so fast, it's kind of hard. So no, I wasn't doing anything. When I left, I was 136. I was gone for 7 days and I came back 128. But I also came back sick. So throughout my sickness, I kind of didn't really watch my weight. I don't have a scale at home. I have a scale at the gym. I didn't go back to the gym just because like my taste buds started getting fuckety. I'm not the kind of person to be like, oh, I got COVID, but I'm not gonna get my whole fucking gym sick and then have my partners be out for 2 weeks and feel the way that I did. I was puking and shitting and all kinds of stuff. So I just took the time off, and when I came back, I went from within a month, I went from 136 to 126. So normally I do walk around if I wasn't working out, doing all this, trying to stay bulky, I'd be sitting at like 124, 126 range. It all depends.
okay? And I wow, yeah, I know
But
it's
your frame looks bigger than that.
that's what's deceiving.
Yeah,
You don't yeah you know because you're how tall?
5'7", I think.
Okay, okay. Yeah, you don't look that light. That's crazy.
you're right.
Would you ever travel to a yard then? Because I know like Scrapyard's got like I think like three fighters within that weight class between 125, 135.
Um, I mean, like my bosses are tremendous. So if I can get the time off, Loki, bro, I'm just a broke white kid. Like if y'all can figure out a way to make sure that I can get out to a scrapyard, I'm down.
Yeah, Scrapyard.
I mean, you can talk to Fire Chicken. That's Scrapyard's branch leader. You can talk to Daniel with Heart in the Fight. They may be able to help with that. But yeah, I definitely had to come out of pocket. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, like let's I have to bring my wife. I have to watch. I've got 3 dogs at home, so I got to figure that out. But if I had an invite somewhere, I'm gonna do my damnedest to get out. So I'll find something.
Oh yeah, the yards aren't going anywhere.
That's what I'm saying.
Have you watched any scrapyard fights or fighters? Are you familiar?
Yeah, I've actually been watching Street Beefs since 2016.
Tell them, Ether.
So
Ether, no. He be going between both branches.
I'm out of pocket, G. Yeah. It's bringing the wife, it's bringing myself, and figuring out everything in between. I'm all down. Anytime somebody's wanting me to show up and scrap, I'm down. It's just affording it and affording the time. I got bills to pay.
Absolutely. And it's like you said earlier, family comes first, and it's like, yeah, that's why it's a good thing that, or that's why we don't get paid. We do this for the love of the sport, like you said, for mental health. We all have our own reasons, but at the end of the day, unfortunately, it does not pay. So we still gotta make sure we're taking care of her. Like, dang.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. Speaking of these different stories, different fighters coming up and whatnot, and your street beef fighters. But I'm curious, are there any professional fighters, whether it be MMA, boxing, or any sort of background that you enjoy watching or that you kind of study? Or
Um, Vegeta.
Ah,
No, I'm just playing.
you
So
you got a Vegeta esqueness about you.
I see it.
hey, thank you. You have no idea how big a compliment that is for me. So realistically, um, especially after this fight with Deploy, bro, the way that Floyd shifted from Pretty Boy to Money, that's been amazing to kind of watch because the when he was in college and like amateur fights, he was fucking sensational. But the transition to like when he became a professional was just crazy to say the least. So him, of course, Mike Tyson, not the recent fight, but when he was young, he was
Oh yeah.
absolutely phenomenal. Um, Even just stuff like Jack Dempsey. Um, I've got a whole list of people that I try to watch, but I just try to watch how people operate. The I can't remember the other dude's name, but Zel Zahuba or Zelhuber versus the Brazilian guy. It was an MMA fight, but there was fucking maybe 12 kicks that were thrown during the whole thing. Pretty much no grappling. Beautiful boxing. Um,
Yeah, watch that. I think I know you're talking about. Dang. Okay.
Good fight. Good fight. Triple G, his fucking chin, crazy. Canelo's great. He's got to take on that fight. But that's controversial.
I was gonna say real quick. Wow, you did bring up that one fight of Tyson's recently. I feel like that was a publicity stunt, right? Right.
Maybe a little humiliation ritual here and there.
Yeah, yeah,
Obvious.
yeah. I heard a little something about staying in that
Obvious.
elite circle.
Hey, you might want to watch out. Get suicided with 2 rounds to the back of your head. If you know what I'm saying.
Shit. I
So,
was
I was gonna ask you. You mentioned earlier, maybe taking on another fight or a few other fights before the rematch with Deploy.
Sure.
With that, do you have anyone that you've seen that's caught your eye that you'd like to lock horns with?
Sure, for sure. So Smokey, um, his fight with Maury, uh, pretty pretty solid looking. I definitely want to mix it with Maury. Maury's one of the first people. As soon as I joined, he was like, "Hey, I'll throw down with you if you don't have anybody else to scrap with." So him and Scar were one of the only people besides Sean to hit me up. So I've been wanting to mix it with them. The only reason really that I threw down with Dylan or thought I initially was going to throw down with him because I thought he was going to do MMA exclusively. His first fight with Jake from State Farm was fucking awesome. Seeing that ringside, killer. All those fights, that was my first event, not only as like a performer, but like a watcher. The vibe is crazy, bro. Like everybody's super welcoming. Um, but yeah, I want to fight. Back to the question. I'm sorry. I want to go fight with Maury, and I want to fight with Smokey, and then I also want to fight with Broke Mark. But I kind of have to earn my shit with Broke Mark. He's kind of where everybody's after right now. So if he's
Yeah.
willing to scrap, I'm willing to scrap. But
And Smokey just was announced. He's having a title fight at the next event as well. So you
yeah,
might have to get in line for Smokey.
yeah. So I know. I think Stickman is another person who's in the 130 range, or
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah. So he's got some hands. I'll throw down with Stickman. Um, I'm so sorry, bro. I try to remember everybody's name,
Now, that's a
but
good list right there.
so I'm looking
I
to
like
scrap.
that list. And you got them too. It's like you're ready. I'm ready to watch those too because as you said some of those names, I'm thinking about it in my head. Like I wonder how this one would work out. I wonder how that would work because I mean, with every single one of your fights, we saw the improvements and the growth. And like you said, like you had the two fights in one day, and then on your second fight with Scar, you can see those adjustments that were made, and then the way you handled yourself. So it's like part of the reason we have people on the show is we get to see the growth. We've had 3 fights now. What happens when we have you back? Where you had like 15 fights. I also, Young and Lav we've had on. He killed it before. We had a Doughboy twice when he was once with in the beginning and then afterwards, right after he got the belt. I mean, it's amazing to see these stories, these transformations. You could always take clips of this too and mix it with some of your fights and be like, yeah, that's right, dark.
I try not to be I try not to be clip heavy and whatnot. I will admit, like the first time I seen your show, it was because someone else told me like, "Hey, yo, bro, you got mentioned." So I came and watched, and I was like, took a little clip, like a 1 minute clip, and put it on my Instagram. And I was like, "Oh, look, mom, I'm on TV." So I was just fucking around. Like most of the homies that are on my Instagram, they're all action figure dudes and little miniature dudes. Like they're not into the fight stuff. So it's just really I just posted it for me. Like I'm just kind of proud of where I've been at. So but like I don't really try to record a lot of like sparring or like clip a lot of stuff. Like I'll repost the stuff that's on Street Beefs, but it just feels like weird to me. Like I need to start doing more stuff. Somebody told me recently that I need to publicize myself more frequently. Like the squeaky wheel actually gets oil. Um, but it's just like I don't know, bro. I just feel weird posting shit. Like I'm happy to congratulate myself with myself. And the only reason we're all out doing this is because you want to be seen. But like I don't know. It's
It's just
just
finding that balance, bro.
yeah.
Like to one degree, you do deserve to congratulate yourself. You put the work in, right? So there's a reason why you're on the show, right?
Thank you.
Um, but then there's also too like knowing how far to go and remaining humble, right? Which
Yeah.
you sound like you are. So, there's nothing wrong with like Lavish is saying, marketing yourself. There's nothing wrong with that, you know? Uh and if you feel uncomfortable about it, you don't have to do it. Ultimately, if you're not trying to become a professional, that's kind of a requirement for the professionals. They need to, create this market, right?
Yeah.
You're in
So,
control of this. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I guess I gotta just put the fucking pedal to the metal, bro. I gotta start playing like in and out. Like I gotta stop being half in, half out. Same shit when I'm like in an arena, socking someone, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Fucking box, bro. Like this is what we're here for. We're
Mm.
sitting here at a disadvantage. It's my job. It's my literal responsibility to take advantage of that. So,
Mm.
um, yeah, you're right. I gotta start kind of doing it more often. It is my job. gone through the process of signing up for Street Beefs, I might as well publicize and talk about it.
I mean, you got all the tools there, and I get it because it's like you said, it's like therapy. So you're not out to maliciously hurt somebody. You're out there to challenge yourself, but push the other person. Yeah, it's like
Well, it's also like you'll find edits and shit of like people's sparring sessions or even their fights of like it makes it look super one sided. I'm like, that was a good ass fight. Like y'all had a good ass fight. It wasn't one sided at all. And when they clip it up, it's like, you make that look like you just beat the shit out of bro. It's like you clipped 10 to 12 seconds of really good shots that you had, but maybe include something else. So I don't know.
Right.
That's where it's finding the humility, finding the time to actually edit everything down and find a correct pace for it.
You got it, bro. Because again, you know what not to do, right? You know, so again, you're in control of it. You control the pace of it. You control how much or how little you do. You know, and it's okay. There's nothing wrong with what you're doing.
oh, I was just saying one of my favorite clips of me is actually when I got rocked in my my title fight against Fenrir. Cause it's like I saw him just clock me and I go back, but then as soon as my back goes, I do like a backhand spring and I come back and I come to, and I don't know why I just think it looks so cool. Cause it's like, look at that, you can see the heart, you can see it.
So that fucking fight right there, okay? It like inspired me in a way. If you go around my small ass town, you can ask um my second cousin Marcus, he grew up with me. He fucking rocked the shit out of me. He came up with a hook and he clicked me right in my chin. And I got dropped, admittedly, but I was able to recover in that amount of time that like I rolled to my back and kind of springboarded back up to my feet and I lost the fight. Like it was a friendly fight, you know what I'm saying? Like just two kids in a park, but it's the same thing. It's like, damn, fucking like Nick got back up, bro. Like he just fuck did you see him springboard, bro? Like it was kind of cool to see that hype build. So it definitely that exact fight that you're talking about, it directly inspired that little kickback.
Hell yeah. Shit, have you ever suffered an injury other than that, like, getting hit? 'Cause I know sometimes squabbling with bare knuckles, I mean, ooh.
So during my and this isn't to diminish the victory at all. During my fight with Samurai Sean, I fucking broke my hand on the board because you'll see he ducked. We circle around. I started on from your perspective this side of the ring. We went here. We circled back this way, and I threw a hook, and he ducked it, and I socked the wood paneling, and I kept going. I didn't realize at the time I fucking broke my hand, and I didn't stop. I just kept going to the gym and kept pushing myself, and it was way worse by the time I went to the second event. My hand was like recovering from a break during my second and third fight. So, um, yeah, I would say I injured myself for sure. Um, the worst injury I've ever received, when I was in high school, I had just beaten the shit out of my girl's ex-boyfriend because he like stepped to me and like pushed me. I'm a small kid. I got a Napoleon complex. I beat the fuck out of this kid, and I kept talking about it for like a week, and I think just karma caught up to me because at the end of the week we were walking home, and of course we jaywalked, but this white truck pulled out, and he got out of the car, and he was a teenager. But imagine me as a teenager, super small. This kid was pretty fucking significant. I had a board in my hand, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I've cracked people with like weapons and shit like that before. But I'm with my girl. I didn't want to look like a bitch. I didn't want to catch a case because there's a police station right here. Um, and he came out aggressive. Like I can't just like walk away and get socked in the back of my head by this big ass kid. So we started swinging. I clicked him on the top of his nose here, with my fist, and I thought I knocked him out for some stupid fuck reason. And he like dropped, picked me up by my legs, and just jumped backwards. And I woke up grabbing at my chains, like grabbing at my wallet. It was like 7 minutes later, dude. My now wife watched me have a seizure. She watched me fucking, just get knocked the fuck out in the street. And super embarrassing, bro. But I mean, it builds you into the character that you are. So
Yeah.
Really does become stronger. It's like the Saiyans from Dragon Ball Z. You know, you just become stronger in a way that wouldn't have happened unless it happened that exact way.
I just got a Zenkai boost. That's all you did for me.
That part.
Right? Be like, all right, I have my sensu beat, now I'm back. All right, what's up, motherfucker?
Now my wrestling just got that much better, bitch.
Dude. I was gonna ask too. I'm curious because we all have a unique taste in music. Do you work out to anything in particular before a fight? Do you put a song on to kind of get yourself in the zone, get it ready, or?
I know you guys are Dragon Ball dorks, bro. I was listening to fucking Deftones before every single one of my fights.
No
Yo,
way.
fuck yeah. So every
All
single one
right.
of my fights starts off with Deftones, bro. It never misses. You can ask my wife on the drive over there, because I can't sleep the night before. So I'm already stressed the fuck out. And I've already done smoked a bunch, like tried to do everything to calm the nerves, but for some reason, or tens from Pantera. Pantera will do it. I do listen to a variety of music, but specifically before the Streetbeefs events, it's Deftones.
Nice.
Sometimes, gotta get in the zone. Yeah. And I was gonna say, do you have a favorite anime or movie or something that you like to watch fighting related? Because we talked about Dragon Ball and all that, and while I usually bring up Hajime no Ippo, the boxing anime, I will say if you ever watch Price of Glory, that's a good dramatic movie. It shows the real struggles of a fighter. He got set up for a bad fight when he was younger, ended up having three boys, all three are boxers, and it shows a lot more of the backside trials and tribulations of them trying to be like a world champion and all the shit they go through, and it's like it's a really heart-filled movie, and I'm like, damn.
What is it called?
What's it called, buddy?
Price of Glory.
Price of Glory. Is it it's an anime?
No, that one's just a regular movie. It's like
Okay.
an hour and a half movie about like a Chicano family, but yeah, in the boxing world.
Right at home. So, like, for sure, of course, it's corny. It's Dragon Ball. I've watched Hajime no Ippo a little bit. I would like to watch more. I don't really. I do a lot of other hobby stuff. So if I'm gonna watch an anime, I have to like set aside the time to actually not be dicking around with stuff and actually watch it. Um, because I get invested and I like to be invested. But I didn't really watch the series in its entirety. But the in depths that they go with um like, oh, he's doing, like you were just talking the previous interviews, like, oh, he's doing the Dempsey roll, oh, he's doing X, Y, and Z. So like those are really cool uh things to see. And admittedly, like seeing those things, I'll go in and go to fucking YouTube, like, hey, how do you
Yeah.
X, Y, and Z, and just try to just start implementing new things, even if they're not going to work for my fighting style. At least I know how to start to implement them. Start to
Yeah.
ask my coach or my sparring partners, like, hey, bro, do you want to, like, what do you think of this? Just however the conversation leads.
Leads to research.
Exactly.
That's dope. That's dope. So, Dragon Ball. If you had to pick a character that represents yourself, why is it Vegeta?
So I grew up a Gohan kid. Um,
Whoa.
yeah. So seeing Teen Gohan get his ass whooped for like 4 fucking episodes, and then you know what I'm saying? So I love Gohan, but growing older and again going through the weird trials and tribulations of like having lost my nephews and nieces in a fucking bullshit custody battle, and you know, just loving the fight. Like, I love this shit. I would say it's Vegeta, bro, because my brother was an asshole. I love him to death. I always love him, but do you know what it's like to not be interested in boxing whatsoever? You just want to sit around and play Budokai Tenkaichi, and your older brother throws a pair of gloves at you, and they're like, "Hey, bro, let's go box." And like, for one, you don't want to let your older brother down. For two, you want to get good at boxing because you're a fucking chump and you get your ass whooped at school. Um, like hours and hours upon end of just getting your shit mixed by somebody who's 3.5 years older than you. Definitely, bro. Like those points in time where he's like, "What do you mean pointless?" Like live your entire life being ruled by another. It just kind of calls back to some of those moments, and um, not just him, dude. It's just like I grew up being fucking second best. So 100% it's Vegeta.
That builds the grit, though, man. That builds the character. It builds the dog, and it shows up in the fight. And the fighters who don't have that, they can't produce that in the fight.
And it comes, like you said, it shows in your fights. It's not something that anyone can buy. And then when you see it in fighters, it's one of the greatest things because it's like, damn, he's still going. Damn, he took that shot. Damn, that's what I'm talking about.
Nah, I have to shout out all of my training partners, dude. Like, I wouldn't have that grit if it wasn't, and all the people who whipped my ass growing up, dude. Like this small ass town, I guarantee all the people who put me to shame, dude, beat the fucking brakes off me. They've seen, like I know they have. They're nosy. They're probably gonna watch this. So
Yeah, shout
it's
out.
it's it's just a trip, dude. Like I'm a little emotional. I got sidetracked. What the hell was the question, bro?
It was just the idea that, these things that have taken place, it's built character, it's built grit, and it's built a dog that, fighters can't just naturally, well, a lot of fighters can't just pull that out of nowhere unless it was produced. And like you said, it was produced through all these moments and individuals from your upbringing till now. And if you look at getting back to DBZ, man, you look at Vegeta. Vegeta had one of the craziest, in a good way, one of the best character arcs out of any character. The rise, the fall, the comeback, the good, the bad, you know. Yeah, man.
The attempt to look back at yourself is like, oh no, growing as a person was weak. Like I have to separate myself from the love and the caring that I have for my family, and then kind of developing that into, no, I'm strong because of this. Fucking phenomenal, bro. Like I'm strong because of my promise to my Bulma, and even other fighters, bro, other people that he came across in combat. It's his duty to fucking fight as hard as he can.
That pride, yeah, the pride of all sayings,
It is what it is.
Man, I love it. But see, now this is the fun but terrible part of the podcast when I say we've been having a lot of fun and we're gonna have to get close to the time where we start having to wrap things up because I know we have some different time zones and everything else. But you're Samke's guest, so I know Samke's always got some extra stuff to say. Any final questions or whatnot? I know, yeah. I just saw the time and I'm like, man, we're having a good time. Damn, I want to
Right,
keep going.
right. We got to get up out of here. But final question of the night, man. How did you find out and sign up for Street Beefs West Coast? Like, walk me through that. How did that happen?
So I've been watching Street Beefs with my homies since I was a kid, bro. So um, just kind of one of those things that's just like, hey man, you think it'd be crazy like if we were out here fighting on YouTube, like, and honest to God, it's the combination of like that and then just like everything on my brother passing and not having anybody to spar with when I join my own gym who's my size and I can really fucking blast. Like I can really, you know, let rip. Um I was watching some fights and I was like, hey, there's got a couple of people here in the West Coast. And I got nosy on my social medias and I found the sign up link and fucking joined up. Let's, if y'all want to scrap, let's scrap. Let's get it. I know you guys are not gonna call the like. It's crazy, like trying to find people who want to fight and not call the police when you're an adult, bro. Because like I grew up fighting, I grew up loving that shit. Regardless of how many times I've gotten my ass whooped, way more times than I've won fights, but I still love that shit. I've always loved it. So finding somewhere where I could punch someone in the face and get punched back in my face legally and not have to worry about it. That was pretty much the main draw.
That's dope.
But
I like that legally. Yeah, legally. That's the best part. And yeah, it's weird when people talk all big. Blah blah blah. Like you want to sell this with fists? Oh, I'm gonna call the police right now. No, you're talking all big. Come on.
let's mix it, dude. So I don't know. It is what it is. But I will let you guys get out of here. I took up a lot of your time. I
Well, that's the
appreciate you
point.
guys having me on, man.
Well,
Absolutely.
you want to shout out your social media so you know where people can follow you to help build that following?
Yeah. So I mean, if any of you guys want to follow, it's Darks Collection on Instagram. You're gonna find like a lot of action figure shit, miniature printed shit. If you need something painted like an army, like a commission, hit me up. I got you. But if you're not into that kind of thing, I welcome you not to do so. There is very there. I don't like gloating about my wins and stuff like that. Um, so you will find very very infrequent fighting related content. So if you just pass on that, I totally don't blame you. If you're into that kind of thing, fuck yeah, let's get it, bro.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Hey, well, we appreciate you. It was great having you on, man. Appreciate your honesty and openness. And man, you have a great night, bro.
Hey, I'm gonna watch you guys here in the chat. I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your night, man. Please do stay safe and stay healthy.
Heck yeah. You too. Thank you. Man. Too much fun every Tuesday. Woo!
Yes, sir. But shit, it ain't over yet, is it?
Not quite. Zuel, lifestyle wear for the fighter in you. A movement to show that by utilizing hard work, grit, and determination, you could achieve any dream as long as you were willing to put in the hard work. Buddy V creates his own unique artwork and designs all of his clothing, jewelry, and accessories, taking the time to create every item so you can feel the pride in every piece. As a living embodiment of Zuel's principles, Buddy V fights MMA while staying active in the community, promoting positivity. Whether you are a stay-at-home parent, entrepreneur, or anything else, there is a place for you at Zuel.
Buddy V's Fighters to Watch.
Fighters to watch. All right. We start off at the scrap yard. So we have Nakon. I like him as a fighter because he came out with an 0-1 in the most recent fight and ended up getting the win. Not just getting the win, but he pushed it to the limits. I like it because he was able to not just deliver a punch, but take a punch to the point when there's a couple times he ended up taking a couple blows. He took 1, 2 steps back, recomposed himself and kept going forward. I feel like this is a man that cannot get pushed back. He just kept pushing and pushing. And because of that, I'm like, hey, let me get some more now. As we said earlier on the show, we love to see the growth of fighters and see them continue on their journey. So let me get a couple more, man. That was fun to watch you fight. 2 from Streetbeefs West Coast, Pretty Boy. Now, this was a fun fight to watch. I felt like some of his punches were almost slow mo in some of his in his fight because as he winds up, he cocks back, and I feel like you can hear like, and he just woo like a Luffy gum gum arm. He threw that sucker in there, and as the fight continued, he showed that he doesn't just have some striking skills, but he's able to go with the grappling as well, continue to roll, flow with it, even with the pressure put against him. He continues to fight, and he doesn't fold under pressure. So, Pretty Boy, let me get another fight. That's what I'm talking about, man. And from the OG yard, Amag, AMAG, man, this fighter right here, great defense and composure are the top 2 things I'm going to say. From the beginning of the fight that I saw that first caught my eye, his opponent lashed out. Boom, 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 boom. And he just sits there, weathers the storm, sitting there. And I'm sitting there like, oh man, is he nervous? As soon as you look at his face, you can tell he's been in this situation before. And if you watch his fight, you will not be disappointed. And not only did he pick his shots, he definitely knows how to handle himself in that ring. So I want to see some more of that. So please, let me get some more fights. But those are my 3 fighters to watch.
Nice, man. Great picks as always. Great picks as always. I got to check out that the last fighter. I'm not familiar with him.
Oh yeah, it was almost
Fire. Somcan the Fire 5. We're back at the OG yard. You see it. Del Rossi versus Grisby. This is a boxing match. Man, this was a great match right here. We got a lot of slips. We see the shoulder roll being implemented. Great distance management. Great shot placement. I mean, just a well-educated fight by our winner here. And I will say, as we say every single week, cardio is key. Cardio is key. Cardio is key. That's Streetbeefs OG yard, Del Rossi versus Grisby firefight. Moving on, taking you to Scrapyard. Streetbeef Scrapyard. If you're trying to look this fight up, the title is on the screen. This is a boxing match between Masubi versus Tav. Heavyweight big boy boxing right here. These guys did not disappoint. I mean, the footwork is amazing between these two. The distance management was great. Beautiful slips and counters all throughout this fight. You don't see too much maneuvering by big guys to this degree. Usually, the pacing was there, the volume was there, and we had a very competitive match. I, for one, hope we get a rematch. Street Beef Scrapyard, Masubi versus Tab firefight. Taking you to the West Coast, Street Beef's West Coast. We at the Hot Box. Super Gremlin versus Crash. Yet another boxing match here. Man, look at that thumbnail. Crazy. This was a great match right here. Very gritty, in your face. Both of these men showing improvements from their last fight. Consistent haymakers all throughout this fight. All heart, all respect shown. But unfortunately, we had a mishap, and the fight had ended a little bit early here. Hopefully, these guys can come back and give us a full match. Street Beefs West Coast, Super Gremlin versus Crash firefight. Moving on to Street Beef Scrapyard. You see it. You trying to look this fight up? The title is right there on the screen. This is a boxing match yet again between Tilla versus some weeb in red. Man, this was a high-level boxing match right here. Both of these guys, top of their game, very competitive, high IQ on display here. We see the pressure. We see the combinations. Both of the men showing great defense in the heat of action and very entertaining. And, man, definition of a firefight. Street beef scrapyard, Tilla versus some weeb in red, firefight. And we're going to end things off at the hot box. That's Street Beefs West Coast. You see it. For our final boxing match of the night, Iron Sosa versus El Cochino. Oh, man. This was one of those fights where both men had two different styles and they clashed. And it was amazing to see. Explosive. I mean, the combinations were there. The haymakers were there. These guys were trying to take each other out. The head slips were there. This was a very entertaining fight right here. Very much a firefight right here. Street Beefs West Coast, Iron Sosa versus El Cochino. Sam K on the Fire 5.
Straight fire.
Yeah.
I can't wait. You know what? I think tonight, after I'm done, I'm just gonna go and watch every single one on that Fire 5 list. Just bam, 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 bam.
Yes, sir, man. Everybody watching need to do the same thing. Cancel all plans. We watching fights.
Right? Yeah, you can do whatever you gotta do tomorrow.
You know what I'm saying? Let the water run in the bathroom. It don't matter. We got fights to watch. Young
Right.
Lav, appreciate you, brother.
Well, even though I'm having fun, it's
Floyd,
about that
appreciate
time.
it. It's about that time, man. You see everybody wishing us a good night. We appreciate you guys, everyone in the live chat, everyone watching us on playback. We appreciate y'all. First and foremost, I want to thank our guest tonight, Dark. I appreciate you for coming on, man, sharing your story, and it was great having you, man. For everyone watching, go check out his fights. He's on Street Beefs West Coast. He's been boxing. He's been boxing his ass off, and he's coming back for that rematch next year. That's Dark. Shout out to Street Beefs OG Yard, Street Beefs Scrap Yard, Street Beefs West Coast, Street Beefs Dirty South. We do this for y'all. Again, everyone watching us live on playback, replay, everyone in the comment section, we appreciate y'all. Anyone who isn't liked and subscribed, go ahead and do it. Now's the time. Like and subscribe. And yeah, man, I want to give a shout out to Overtime Hustling Magazine. Shout out to zwellworld.com. Shout out to Heart in the Fight. And shout out to the team, man. My co-host, Buddy V. My producer, Jay. We do this every week. We kill it. Appreciate y'all. And that's it for me.
Shout out Zuel, as you see there. And I just thought I'd let y'all see here that if you buy anything in the month of December, I've been having these fun little ornaments that you'll find. Merry Zuel Christmas, all handmade by yours truly. Having too much fun. Yeah, you got fun. I think tonight, or if not tonight, first thing in the morning, I'm finally gonna upload my art page where you can see all the fun shit. And if you want gifts, these are pretty affordable. Yeah, check that out. Bye. No, but I have fun, and I just appreciate y'all tuning in. And you all just see it here first. That's why it's like I don't care. You guys buy something, you don't. I just like that you guys are all here watching. I just am so excited to share this with you. Tuesdays are the best part of my day, or my best part of my week, I should say. I'm just excited. I love it. Yeah, I have a good time. Zwell_Buddy V for the Instagram, Zwell World Facebook. Let's run it up. I've been doing a lot more stuff. It's gonna be fun. And if you're anywhere around Tacoma, closer to Christmas, I'm gonna do another treasure hunt. I'm gonna put Zwell stuff all around the city, so you gotta stay tuned. And yeah, I won't keep you guys too much longer because even though I want to, we just gotta wait till next Tuesday. With that being said, thank you, Samke. We kill it every week. I couldn't do it without you. Thank you, Jay. We gotta keep you on your toes as always. I think we did a little good job tonight. Yeah. And thank you everyone tuning in. So when this in Jay's famous words, one world, one love, deuces.